Everything you need to know about the Barbie movie. The Barbie movie, directed by Greta Gerwig, will release on July 21st, 2023, a little more than a year from when this video is being filmed. It stars Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and Will Ferrell. As you may have heard, the Barbie movie has just had a bunch of behind-the-scenes photos leaked, and there's a lot to talk about. So let's get to the most important part. There are a number of dope, real-world inline skate brands being featured in the film. Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie are using a limited colorway of the Impala Lightspeed skate. Will Ferrell is using an all-black Razor's Cult boot with ground control Featherlight 3 frames and 60mm ground control wheels. Will Ferrell's friends are using a combination of an all-black colorway of the Impala Lightspeed skate and the same black Razor's Cult boot that Will Ferrell is using. So I took a deeper dive into Barbies on skates, and I found this awesome rollerblade Barbie in 1991 that actually got recalled due to fire safety issues.
Rollerblade Barbie, I skate, you skate, we both got clothes that look great. But rollerblade Barbie, only your skates flicker and flash. My friends, your friends, we all love the hottest trend.
Cool rollerblade!
But rollerblade Barbie, only your skates flicker and flash. Rollerblade Barbie, you got something special.
Rollerblade Barbie doll comes with a pair of rollerblade skates that really flicker and flash. Dolls each sold separately.
On the box it says, skates flicker and flash. Dope. The skates lit up kind of like a lighter when you press it against surfaces. In the 90s, they literally thought it was a good idea to put what was essentially a lighter in a children's toy. A children's toy deliberately meant to be rolled and rubbed over things. How did that make it past anybody? I'm sure that there were kids that thought this thing was going to be skating right out of the box and onto Venice Beach, when in reality the dolls couldn't really do much of anything except for pose. Check out this disclaimer on the back of Ken's box. Dolls need a child's help to pose as shown. Dolls cannot bend at the knees. Quite possibly my favorite thing about this is the term roller buddies on the back of Ken's box. Come skating with Barbie and her roller buddies for freestyling, freewheeling fun. I think we all need to take a step back and think about who our real roller buddies are and start using that term as much as possible. I found this hot skatin' Barbie from 1994 that includes both inline and ice skates. It looks like they absolved their partnership with Rollerblade, which is why this one is called Hot Skatin' Barbie instead of Rollerblade TM Barbie.
Cool rollerblade!
It looks like they took the sparkling functionality out, which was a great idea. I also found this cool roller skate Barbie in Ken from 1980. This one is way more expensive, $360 for both, when you could get both of the rollerblade ones for around $120. Now let's talk about other skates that they could have used. I would like to have seen them use skates and equipment that would have been around in the 90s when Barbie partnered with Rollerblade to make Rollerblade Barbie. However, Will Ferrell is skating the Razor's Cult boot with modern sole plates and frames. It is possible this could be set in the present day. I did read somewhere that the Barbie movie is reported to be set in multiple universes, so if it really is in this film's best interest to have Will Ferrell on a modern aggressive setup, we'll keep it as it is. However, I would potentially recommend a set of urethane anti-rockers, which are smaller wheels that go in the middle two slots of the skate. This is for if he's going to be hitting grinds at the skate park and on the street. If he truly wants to maximize his speed and bad guy energy, I would recommend that he uses an 80mm urban commuter setup like the Twister XT or Power Slide Next. They will probably want to black out some of these highlights to create an all-black look like he has in the photos. The thing about Will Ferrell's setup is that if he's supposed to be some kind of bad guy and he is chasing Barbie and Ken, his setup is the slowest out of all of them. He has a core aggressive inline setup with 60mm wheels while everyone else is riding 70mm. He is not going to be able to catch anyone in a chase, and at best, everyone is going to either have to wait around for him or he will have to skate twice as hard just to keep up. We also have to think about the squeakiness. Razors and a lot of other skates are very loud and squeaky. I hope that those sounds don't make it into the movie. Hopefully they solve the cuff squeak by waxing the cuffs or getting some type of advanced motion picture cuff that doesn't squeak. However, based on the neon from Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling's photos, this could be set in the early to mid 90s when Rollerblade Barbie and Hot Skatin' Barbie actually came out. So if this universe is set in that time period and he wanted to ride aggressive skates, I would think that the K2 Fatty would suit him. I don't know why, but this skate just came to mind. I feel like they could have a cool bad guy type of vibe. Leave a comment of what vintage aggressive skate you think Will Ferrell should ride. So upon further inspection, the K2 Fatty didn't exist in 1991, so I took a deeper dive and found the exact model Barbie and Ken have on in their action figures, the Rollerblade Macro Blade. Look at these straps, they're the same. And this skate came out in 1991, which would be chronologically accurate. This skate looks awesome. This one has 3 wheels for some reason, and Reddit user YouPunkAssJim managed to restore some with modern wheels to bring them to basically better than mint condition. Wow. He also did a couple other cool mods like putting a modern aluminum 90mm frame and an aggressive frame. Pretty neat. Here we have a neon set of Barbie skates, so I think the most canonically accurate skate they could have used would be the special neon and black colorways of the 1991 Rollerblade Macro Blade. However, I'm not really too sure how these brand deals work, so I'm not blaming anybody for the slight breakdown of continuity. So despite the fact that Impala skates are owned and distributed by a skateboarding company, Globe, and that they are not the highest quality, I am actually a really big fan of their decision to use these skates. Impala skates are just about the cheapest skate on the market. If kept in good condition, they will be certainly fun to use for skaters of all skill levels. Keep in mind that this is more of a cruiser commuter in terms of both shell build and wheel bearing quality when compared to more expensive high performance skates on the market. Despite there being quote unquote better options out there, I think the affordability along with the great color schemes make it one of the best skate decisions this movie studio has made. An option to consider would be the Rollerblade Cruiser, as this skate is basically the same price, has better performance, but its aesthetics are certainly lacking in comparison. I am sure that Rollerblade or any skate brand could make some custom colorways to up the cool points if the movie studio asked nicely. So now on to something we haven't talked about nearly enough in this video, and that is pants. Pants can change everything when it comes to skating. We see in this photo here that Margot Robbie is wearing bell bottoms, which cover most of her skates most of the time. If you haven't been living under a rock, you will know that extremely baggy pants are making a huge comeback, and if you haven't picked some extremely baggy pants to skate in, I seriously suggest you get some or at least try. The pocket space and drip is insane and will make you a better skater. So one way to address the aesthetic issues of some skates would be if Barbie and everyone in the movie wore bell bottoms or extremely baggy pants. This would kind of put the skates in the background and make it all about the user. Chris Farmer mentioned this back when he had really monochromatic skates. He didn't want flashy skates because he thought it took the spotlights off the skaters. Instead, he wanted to bring attention to the experience as a whole. I thought that was a really cool insight. However, the directors would have to consider that if the actor does anything other than cruising on a flat surface, the pants could fly up, revealing the top portion of the skate. Despite the fact that extremely baggy pants and bell bottoms are very cool, I'm also happy that they made the decision to wear shorts and extremely loud and bright skates. This brings a spotlight to our sport and could potentially get more people interested in skating. So anyways, that was my recap of everything you need to know about the Barbie movie. If this video was helpful for you in any way, be sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.